I'm going to show you how to never run out of winning content ideas on TikTok. On the left hand side, we can see we have keywords here. I'm going to pick one in just a moment. But if you look here, you can see the amount of views in the past 7 days that these keywords have had. So we're going to pick one and we're going to pick this one. So when we enter this here, it puts it into the text box. What we need to do is click the button here and it's going to go ahead and it's going to retrieve 10 of the top videos for this particular keyword. It can take just a few seconds to go out and do that. Now we see it's come back with some keywords here. Okay, so let's look at what it's actually brought back for us. So we can click on the thumbnail and we can go and we can view the video itself. We can analyze the content. So we do that in just a moment. But we have other things here. So the details, this is the caption that they've entered. We have the likes, shares, comments, and views. We have an engagement rate, virality score, the growth rate, the velocity rate, and some other ones here like the share rate, the author, and duration, plus the music. So these are all the things that we need in order to analyze this video. So the first thing that we want to do is we want to pick a metric and start analyzing here. So if we look, the shares and comments are very important on TikTok. So let's look down through these videos and figure out what the ones that have the most shares and most comments are. So you can see this particular one has a lot more shares than the previous one. Let's go down through them. This one's also quite a good contender. Okay, let's scroll up to the top here. Now let's just make sure that this actually is something. So it looks like they have an emoji. So For You page, viral edits. So this is the I Need Money meme. Okay, let's look at the one just below here that has I believe 13,000. So okay, let's go with the second one here. Let's look at analyze content. Okay, so what we do is we click this button and it takes all of those metrics and it's going to go through them and it's going to create a summary for us, and we can go through and we can look at some other things like the core, the casual, and the new audiences. So we've got a summary and overview here. So it's achieved substantial attention. So 1.7 million views, engagement. So we have 170,000 likes. We looked at the shares and the comments as well. So this indicates a strong interaction with this video. Okay, so this is a pretty good candidate for us to look at. So the next thing it does is it looks at the audience analysis. So who is likely to find this content engaging? So it looks like it resonates strongly with people who'd be interested, the core audience for this particular creator. Casual audiences may appreciate the humor, but might not find it as compelling. So there's opportunities to improve this here. And then new audiences that just come across this could be attracted, but the content may not hook them. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to look down through some other things here. So it revolves around humor and memes, targeting younger audience that enjoys lighthearted and humorous content. Okay, great. So there are some hashtags, as we can see here. So there's some additional recommendations it wants to add, like comedy, funny humor, which would expand the audiences at the top of the funnel so we can get more people to view your videos. The caption uses emoji in a mix of keywords and suggestions for improvement. So consider more specific or niche hashtags. So we could do that and we could actually niche down to reach some targeted groups. We can expand the caption to include a call to action or question. So we do always recommend this. So, leave a comment down below, something along those lines. Now, it may very well be in the video, but it's always good to add that text on top as well and ensure the spelling and grammar are correct. So this tool here, it really is very good. It allows you to analyze these videos and come up with, keyword content gaps that you can make videos on, and you can figure out where you can improve upon what's already out there and get those extra views that you want. So let's look at picking another one here. We're going to pick, so let's say, Take Me Back. So we put this in here, so we're going to click the button again. It can take up to about 10 seconds, just because it has to go and get all of the videos and it has to bring them back and organize them for you. So let's look here and let's maybe we'll pick a different metric this time rather than shares and comments, although they're very good. So we have views here. So let's start with the views. So 2.5 million for the top one. So we're going to go and we're going to pick a different one here. Let's look at the engagement rate, which is quite important. So the top one has a pretty good engagement rate. This one here has a higher engagement rate. And this one at the bottom actually has quite a high engagement rate. So let's look at this one. So if we come over here, so the Take Me Back trend. So let's analyze this content. So it gained considerable attention to 23,400 views. So 8,200 likes, so that's quite a lot relative to the amount of views, 621 shares and comments. Okay, so let's look at the audience analysis here. So the core audience, this is people familiar with this content creator and the type of content that they actually do. It comes up to about 9 out of 10 due to its focus on K-pop, okay. And then casual audiences, so these people that may have heard of you, may have come across your content in the past, but may not actually know you very well. They may not be interested in K-pop. So the trending nature and high engagement could draw their interest. Okay, so we're giving that a 7 out of 10. And really with this here, you want to get all of these as high as possible. So then we have the new audience, and they may not fully grasp the context, but they could be intrigued by it. Okay. So it gives an overview of the content team and the target audience. Now let's look at the hashtag effectiveness. It could be further optimized by adding more specific hashtags, like this particular one here, or K-pop dance. So they'll reach dedicated followers and niche areas within the K-pop community. So then the writing style analysis, it's minimalistic and relies heavily on hashtags to convey the message. Okay, so the suggestions for improvements on this content here, we can add a more descriptive or engaging caption to provide context. We can explore utilizing less structured hashtags to reach untapped audiences. And then we always encourage user interaction by prompting them to comment and share their thoughts. This is important on TikTok. This is something that they look at quite heavily. So the amount of comments and shares, it does go into the engagement rate, and that's something that they do look at. So this tool is free to use for the moment. If you want to give it a try, I'll put the link in the description below. It's quite good. You'll have to use it on the desktop, but yeah, I mean, give it a go and let us know your thoughts.